Algeria wants to withdraw Israel's O status. He has arrived in Ethiopia's capital city of Addis Ababa to attend the 40th Ordinary Session of African Union's Executive Council, according to Al-Mayadeen news agency. 2 days later, foreign ministers from EU member states are expected to attend the gathering. The conference is expected to decide on withdrawing Israel's observer status with the O. Israel's participation in the Quartet has been rescinded by major African nations, particularly in North Africa. After Algeria made significant and unceasing efforts to get Israel's O observer status withdrawn, the Palestinian resistance organization Hamas expressed its deep thanks to Algeria last week. He remarked that the Palestinians see such a position as a sign of Algeria's noblesse, and he referred to it as such. Arab and African nations, the Hamas leader pleaded, should unite behind Algeria's quest and provide more assistance in order for it to be successful. The Algerian attitude is a clear representation of the Arab world's spirit and the African continent's beliefs, he remarked, as quoted by the New York Times. The occupying regime's observer status in the African Union runs antithetical to Africa's beliefs and historical history of combating apartheid, said Abu Zuhri. When Israel finally filed its letter of credence to rejoin the United Nations as an observer on July 22 after almost 2 decades of campaigning, Palestinians and others opposed to the regime's occupation were outraged. After the Organization of African Unity was dismantled and replaced by the African Union in 2002, Israel was given the status of a full member. Experts believe Israel's observer status is a continuation of the Tel Aviv regime's efforts to restore relations with African countries. Israel's accreditation has previously been contested by a number of African nations including Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, and Algeria, among others. They claim that the decision goes against the AU's support for the Palestinian cause since member states were not consulted. Statements made during the AU's annual meetings often include pro-Palestine sentiments. The African Union has previously granted Palestine observer status. At the African Commission on Human and People's Rights in September, a group of international attorneys, scholars and activists filed a complaint against the African Union's recently granted observer status in the regional bloc for Israel, and requested its removal.